Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9.11. And of course, we're playing as Germany. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see you around more often. Okay, we've got to increase officers even more. Well, maybe not that much. So, looks like a good amount. Okay, and excellent. How much? Okay, moderate breakthrough. Well, good. Let's just check and make sure we're not pursuing something we don't need to. Okay. Give them fuel for money? Sure. Concert for all the Wehrmacht. The first concert broadcast by German radio for the Wehrmacht soldiers. And it's sort of a centralized broadcast to all over Germany at once. So that's sort of a little bit... I need to redo this. So we'll sort of skip that. Romania, yes, we'll do that. We want to do that. Oh, come on. We're still overproducing supplies. Good. Okay. We talked about this guy before. Karl Hermann Frank. Frank is promoted to SS Gruppenführer and appointed Secretary of State of the Reich Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia under Reich Protector Konstantin van Rath. Himmler also named him the Protector's higher SS and police leader. Of the Protectorate, making him his ranking SS officer. So he is, like I talked about before, he is fully on board with the National Socialist agenda. And I mean that in more than one way. So he gets in control of the SS in Bohemia and Moravia. Okay, yeah, bye all these. We've got enough coming in. We've stockpiled a lot. I want more money. Die Panzertruppe. Earlier we saw a similar magazine to this way back when that was more on motorized training. Now it's sort of switched over to talking more about tanks and armored warfare. So it's published for the Oberkommando der Wehrmacht, or the Heers, and it's distributed to military units. So it's part of the process of getting information out to all the different branches of service on these new combined arms theories. And you can sort of look inside of what the pages look like. Advertising that supports it. And you know, some of that advertising is directed to individuals. Some of it is directed to the military itself, like trying to convince them that you need to buy this thing for the army, you know, and if enough officers want it, sort of gets in there kind of thing. But talks about different motorcycle types, different types of mechanized forces, and all this kind of stuff, and how it's working out. So you can sort of see what it looks like inside. Okay, Commando Rohil. Rohil? I don't know. Is a squadron of a long-distance recce formation. It is directly under Goering himself. They use many different types of aircraft to fly missions over neutral countries. He sets up a special sort of high-altitude, long-range reconnaissance unit to spy on countries that, you know, are neutral and things like that, with the idea of, to some degree, scrubbing insignia and other things off of aircraft. Not that the nation doesn't, you know who it is it's flying over, but it, you know, you do so with uniforms without insignias, and you don't have any major markings on the aircraft. So if they get shot down or just, you know, fall out of the sky because of bad maintenance or something, or storms, or, you know, whatever, you know, it's sort of deniable. Go, well, yeah, that aircraft was made in Germany, but we sold it to somebody. We're not sure which, you know, who bought this, which model or something like that. So just that sort of type of thing, that he sets up a special group like that. And so we'll take that. You can decide not to, but if you do, you get this sort of light bomber group for long range. And we will, instead of where it's sort of supposed to go right under Goering, we're going to put it under Fleet Corps B. Of course, we can't fly over neutral countries even if we wanted to in this game. Now we have the new year, so we have a new selection of officers to choose from. But come down here, find a decent defensive general. Do that to him. Transport holes, advance. Good. And we will end that. Let's see. I'm going to try to get that done with faster. How are we doing for revolt risk? Okay, we have to come in here and I did also find another sort of use for these guys, is you get some divisions from Czechoslovakia. Obviously you can rename them if you want. I may do that eventually here. And you can build out full complements of stuff if you wish, but I thought, hey, let's just add a mixed support element. Not using it to use. Because it was on caps lock, that's why it wasn't doing it. There we go. And there's good reason to fully build out everything because, you know, it's giving you artillery and basic regiment, you know, is for free. And so it makes, again, no, not normal. It'll be the AI's poster boy until we find something else out. But instead of trying to spend a lot of money, well, figured I'll just put these guys here. Okay, so decent amount of support, and let's actually, you know, let's come down here. Put these, because these guys will defend better, well, because they have the river. The Rhine, and we'll move these guys up here. Later in 39, we should be getting another event that adds much more defensive level to West Wall. Okay, lost our agreement for money for supplies from Japan. Okay, Opel AG, subsidiary of GM Corp. Yep, I was right about that before when I was talking about it. German automobile manufacturer headquarters in Brussels, Heron. That's Germany, subsidiary of General Motors. So we can keep working with GM and building cars in Germany and trucks and things. The Opel the Opel Blitz is very much responsible for motorizing the German armed forces, and you probably recognize the term Opel Blitz, or not. We can nationalize it. We'll lose some effectiveness and disrupt relations with the U.S., but gain a little money. We're gonna send money. Part of the reason we're losing money for this is that this is equivalent of GM making money in Germany and then saying, oh, well, we want to take our money out, and we want to take it out in dollars, so they're trying to convert Reichsmarks to dollars to get them out. So that's why we lose the money, but by having them here, we get better automotive construction industry gain, industrial production gain, and efficiency gain. And if you think that this in some way may be unrealistic, that you're getting so much gain, I don't know if you know this, but the main, or one of the main factories in the Soviet Union for building tanks was set up by one of the American industrial factory designers, and it's set very much in the American style of production, and so they produce basically as efficiently as the US would. And the only reason, I mean, the guy wanted to do it and such because there was just nobody in America. This is still the Depression. This, I think, like more 38, 37, I'm not sure exactly the year. But it's the middle of the American Depression, and there's nobody wanting to build new factories for whether it's for tractors or tanks or for automobiles or whatever. But the Soviet Union is, yeah, we want to do this, and we want to build it. And they paid him his salaries. The Soviets are known for, like, oh yeah, we'll buy 12 Christie tanks or 4 Christie tanks. Yeah, great. I'm sure we'll buy a bunch more later on. And then, oh, who are you, Christie? You know, what? While they're cranking out BT3s, BT5s, BT7s in massive numbers. Oh no, these aren't your tanks. They just look and are designed exactly like yours, but they're not yours. No, we're not going to pay any royalties, and no, we're not going to buy your tanks, really. We just wanted a few examples to reverse engineer. So they will pay you for the initial, you know, the guy to come over and build the factory and design the factory and get all that done, and we'll pay you for anything that they import. You know, if there's some machinery that they're importing or something, they'll pay that. But once that's done, they'll kick you right out the door, and they won't give you any sort of royalties or any sort of ongoing stuff. So the Soviets are known for that, but it massively helps the Soviet Union get the tank situation going to where it was. And so they did that, and would not have been nearly as efficient. You would have, I think, only at best maybe a third of the T-34s, maybe a bit more, but if they didn't do the American thing. So, but this is Americans' influence into Germany and into production styles. So, yes. And by paying off the debts, and even though when you're in cash-strapped Germany, you improve your relations and you help things out. Okay, so we've gone through that. We're building those, building some radar, and we're down to more mixed support. Flying boat prototypes, great. And right there, and it's grayed out. Well, we'll do this. Oh, we're still in the red, so we'll stop that. Wait till we actually get. And what more do I want to build? I want to build a lot more, but okay. So we're getting some submarines, coastal submarines. Let's build some more of those. Let's have a decent lead time. We'll build 4 more of those. We'll build a couple more of these mixed support brigades. 2 more of those. And let's do 2 more motorized support brigades. So that will be almost double, but that's fine. Let's build what really are some, you know, it says this flak 88s types. Build a couple of those. And let's build fighter wings. Okay, that's pretty good. Enable bomber prototypes. Now I guess it's just even to our research capabilities. On more officers, more officers. I'm going to go put up the loader. Let's go down to 40. There you go. Still a lot of research. Oh, I don't want to get you to the top, just get you done. That'll get done and free up another one faster. And armored car designs. Oh, that's grayed out probably. Let's check and make sure though. Yeah. Okay, the 3rd International Winter Sports Watch. Another skiing event. And it does have a bunch of other nations still coming because we're still at peace. What spec is that? Okay, small caliber. Oh, good. That's good. It will get us this. So we want to do these. Well, before this. Primary of communication. Oh, at the bottom. Yeah, fuel tank. Okay. Now that we've got the west wall well enough manned. Airborne unit training, okay, and that is cancelled for now. We got through that pretty quick. No. 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 Okay. Well, first mountain unit training. That's good. Ribbentrop in Warsaw. Warsaw visiting Foreign Reich Minister Joachim von Ribbentrop during discussions of the requirements of the German minister with Joseph Beck. Does not agree with them. This is poorly written, I know, and it's from Thierry. Which allows only for Germany to provide far-reaching transit facilities through Pomerania. This is sort of a map of, or model map of Danzig. That's Ribbentrop right there, and they're sort of trying to figure out just where the transit right's coming through here, and Germany wants to control the path through here, demanding that would have access ways for Poland to get from Gdynia up here, which is their military port, because officially Polish Navy wasn't supposed to use Danzig. I don't know how much they did or didn't use Danzig, but they're supposed to use Gdynia up here. I know back in the early 90s, all armament shipped out of Poland had to go through Gdynia harbor shipping. You couldn't ship out of any of the harbors, whatever they were called. That was still the law then. I'm guessing it's still the law today. I don't know. I used to need to know these things. Yeah. So, there's hammering going on, shall we say. I don't necessarily if it's negotiations, but it's, we need this, just sort of justifying the war kind of thing in Hearts of Iron 4 or EU terminology. Okay, Bulgaria. Yeah, we'll do that. How are our relations with Sweden? Yeah, see, we're already up to 48 because of various things, including influencing them, I believe, but also some of the other events. And we've traded with them a little bit. Money for rare materials. Okay, Romania, we'll do that. Nope, 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 nope. Yep. So I want to get to work. So I want to eventually ship much of my supplies and my purchasing from the U.S. to the Soviets. Okay, Fourth Wella. Do you want a way? I moved all of the HQs over to there. And oh man, forget about that. I mean, and I know I did it, and I made a bunch of these episodes before you saw me. I mean, I shouldn't have been making these and just adding the Wella HQs to them. Just kicking myself. I didn't need to spend the IC. Not that it's very much, but yes, we'll do that. Let's see. And there's another division. Do I have any that aren't substantially in production that I'm willing to kill off? Those are not far enough in that it would be a waste to kill those off. Okay, I should have just waited for that. Including this division here. Oh well, no big deal. I mean, it is no big deal. It just, but save you a little, ICs and a little more cool. Okay, hit shift. Click, 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 click. Okay, I guess that's all of them. March out to here. Have your headquarters out there. In that last German game, I eventually used all of these up. I mean, it took a long time, but I did. So, massive amounts of it. You can see scrolling up and down. Of HQs, and now we're back to a reasonable amount there. Okay, Anti-Comintern Pact. Hungary's signing of the Anti-Comintern Pact on February 2nd, 1939 cemented unity of fascist and Nazi ideologies. Well, I know I sort of wrote that. Yeah, it did to a degree. It really set up the alliance, and we can stop the Bolsheviks or not. If you have other plans for Hungary, if you wanted to conquer it, this is the time to say no. Hungary was the initial country to float the idea of the Anti-Comintern Pact, but I'm not exactly sure why, if I read or not, why they decided not to sign with the first draft. Or, well, no, this is the first draft. They're joining it, but at the same time that Japan did early on. But yeah, so we'll get Hungary in the Anti-Comintern Pact, which moves them even closer to Germany. So Hungary, now in the current relation. There they are. So fight to faction. Okay, well, they still got a ways to go. They may come in by other events, but okay. Do you want Krieg's? This is from units of the Third Reich. Kriegsmarine Marine divisions. Wars inevitable. We need forces. Marine divisions historically asked to get in 45. Okay. Guess we want to form them. Don't know what. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. I don't know if I guess it would be a reserve HQ or something. I don't know. But we've got all these Marine division HQs. If we're going to build some divisions with. Now this unit here, what I'm planning on doing here is, let's put him here. And what is it? We're going to take that headquarters. Mobilize the headquarters for, what is it? Yes, we're going to take this headquarters. It's an elite headquarters. I'm going to leave the school there. The rest of the school is there, so now we have a 7 division unit with a very good headquarters. He's a mountain commander, so we'll take him out of that too. Yeah, we'll use him. Okay, so I should have built those without headquarters. Okay, Rommel. We'll see about giving you the 7th Panzer Division or something, shall we? I think it was at this time that Rommel was in charge of Hitler's army part of his bodyguard unit. Okay, aircraft prototype evaluation. And transport ship engines. We're going to stop both of those. But that's good. That'll improve our liners, our raiders, and our CVEs. Well, it's sort of what I get for okay, let's end this for neglecting it too long, but we're going to end this now. Leave our own spies so we don't let the enemy do too bad stuff to us. And so we're going to come here and we're going to reduce this down to just like one plus a little bit. Just try to keep us enough spies to control ourselves, and we're going to come down here and down to 35. That way, I really want to get up over 100 before the war starts. Okay, which, oh, heavy AA guns. Good. Let's stop that anyways, just because it's too far in advance. Time-wise. Now we're back up to 594. Okay, light bomber prototypes have advanced. Very good. Here. And, oh, well, they're grayed out. Okay. Now, Chang Wei Ku is recalled. He is the adopted son of Chiang Kai-shek. There he is with some German officer. He has this marksmanship lanyard that's different than an adjutant's lanyard. What is it? It starts with a B. It's one of the higher levels of Gebirgsjäger qualifications. It's more than just the standard one. He's gone through the training to get to the higher state of it and past that. And he's also gone through Panzer School training. So he's gone through mountain school training and the advanced mountain school training, and he's gone through Panzer unit training. And in 1938, during the Anschluss, he commanded a Panzer unit. I think just like a platoon or a Zug or whatever, you know, just sort of a squad or platoon, about the same type of thing, of Panzers. Obviously, he wasn't, you know, high ranking, but he spoke German well enough to do that. And that was part of my original Chinese-German event, or capability, or event chain. Now I want to check this out. I went and I'm pretty sure I went and recoded some of this stuff and recopied and pasted, and I don't know if it's going to work. Well, let's find him here. Okay, here he is, Chang Wei Ku. And he should disappear now. So, I kill him off. But he's going home because of Germany's continued support for Japan and such. It just becomes he can't stay here anymore. So he's going back. His military career in Germany is ending. So did that work? Don't know if it did work or not. It's supposed to remove them. Nope. Damn. I don't know what's wrong with it. Because I see other things working, and I'm pretty sure I have other ones that work too. I don't know why that isn't working. Now, of course, there's one possibility why it isn't working. The update I made didn't get into the version that I'm playing now. That is a possibility. But I thought I did. So, just cancel that. I just wanted to see. He's supposed to die off. Here. Oh, and there's supposed to be a corresponding event which grants China. Oh, Japan's finally taken off. Wow, good. Japan's broken the... China, the way, because it's sort of urban centers here and here, you can see here. You can sort of dig in and hold along this line fairly well, and then along this river if Japan doesn't sort of turn flanks or whatever. But as we can see now, they have pushed past that and may be able to push into here, so we will see how that goes. But they're supposed to get another general. Now he was sort of kept, instead of allowing to go command any field units, he was kept back at the sort of headquarters with Chiang Kai-shek for most of the time, so we don't know how he would have commanded anything, because he basically didn't. Basically sort of staff jobs. I don't know why that was, whether Chiang Kai-shek didn't trust him, thought he might be a go out and become too famous and become a liability, or whether he trusted him a super lot and we need somebody to keep eye on, keep the eyes on the staff locally, make sure the people aren't stealing or trying to overthrow Chiang Kai-shek. I don't know this. I just quite honestly don't know, but there was some reason, especially with all of his field qualifications. Being a mountain warrior, going, Gebirgsjäger, going up and have that training on how to properly operate tanks. He would have been invaluable given the right kind of command to fight in the war with Japan. Especially once you start getting some good American equipment coming, as in tanks coming up through the Burma Road kind of thing, or the Lido Road. Once you start getting those in, he would have been invaluable. But they just didn't do that. Okay. Colonel General Ernst Udet. That's him. That's his cuff title as part of the Richthofen squadron. His Pour le Mérite. You see it underneath his other later Nazi. I think that's a Nazi or Knight's Cross. The way in World War I, the Pour le Mérite, if I'm not mistaken, was it a Prussian medal? But you also there's Bavarian medals. There were different kingdom medals within the German Empire, Reich, whatever. So some of them came over and didn't. Okay, now we have a choice here. We can great pilot, loved to fly, and during the Great War, he flew. Should we spell that? With the Flying Circus, and was awarded the Pour le Mérite. Became a major proponent of the dive bomber, taking credit for having introduced it to the Luftwaffe, which was already interested in such designs. By 1936, due to his political connections, had been placed in command of T-Amt, the development wing of the Reichsluftfahrtministerium, Reich Air Ministry. He knows what equipment pilots need. In February 1939, Udet became General Luftminister, the General or Luftwaffe Director General of Equipment. Do you wish to appoint him to this role, or give him a Luftfloat? And be removed is down here. Well, maybe might just not yet, but he has the chance of being a minister here in this, or let him point him in there, which isn't replacing Goering, but he would be an option. Trying to think. We'll give him a Luftfloat. The Siegfried. We're gonna take the Siegfried. That's a 380 millimeter gun. So come down here, and we're getting into a bunch of these other guys. So that's a big gun. We'll take that. Well, sort of kind of been railing about how badly I did on those. That's 2 engineers, and we'll build 4. Okay, and yeah, we'll leave it sort of that. Now we're just under 600. Okay, the Westwall Aachen SARS program. So, this is sort of the big fortresses now instead of just the pillboxes. You can see here one of the much bigger emplacement bunkers. I don't know exactly how to read this. I think these are entrances that come into here. That's like a gun position there. Well, I'm not exactly quite sure, but bigger bunkers along with other fortifications. So we're going to secure the cities. Cost us a bunch, but yeah, we want it. So, yay. And so now we have some levels, not so big here, but we do have the Rhine level 2 here. So we are much more secure. And the West Wall wasn't some uber fortress. I sort of disagree with maybe the level of the West Wall fortress to some degree. Okay. Radar for destroyers and frigates has advanced. Good, we're going to stop that. And anti-air ammunition is advanced. Okay. Here. Stop that. Oberdonau is a National Socialist bi-monthly magazine that is a publication of the Nazi Gauleiter and Reich Halter Ernst Eberhard in Linz. That's sort of the Hitler city. I want to go on and deal with those in the future sometime. And it's one of the ways that they're promoting the cultural creativity, the right kind of stuff for Germany. So, and there's many such publications around like that. And medium bomber prototypes, good. And that's grayed out. And some of our gliders are built. Yay! Well, we'll stick them here. Who's in charge of them? Do nobody for the moment. And let's look at production now. That's just too much, but that we can afford 36 now, so that's 18. That we're gonna need some eventually here. We'll get these guys into production though first, but then we're getting long-range transports. They're just, in my opinion, necessary to keep the front moving in the Eastern Front. And this will make it get even better by a little bit. So right now they're at, what is it precisely? 1833. Let's see how much it improves when we get one more. And there we go. Okay, artillery barrel and ammunition has advanced. And we will end that one. And mentioning that, let's see. There we're down at 1755. So yeah, that's helped. And we have some short range, but still useful. Reinforce the, yes, we'll do that. Oh, yes. Reinforce the Flieger Division. Unfortunately, I should have put the whole thing back, I think, through here. I want to get that done, though. Let's. There we go. if the fleet division gets removed. Wish they would just give me more units. But the AI couldn't handle that, but just doing a human-only version. Now we're back at 560. Probably because of some of the... Oh, okay, so we have the TRE Akinsar that's moving it down by 3%. Building manufacturing plants is 5. Okay, the 1939 automobile show. There's the poster for it. Just sort of zoomed in on the parts to make it more readable, and there's like an entry stub for it. Not terribly interesting, but you like that it gives us a little bit of automotive bonuses. And medium artillery brigades have advanced. Very good. Well, that now, that's grayed out, but that now gets us into the sort of positive zone finally. I don't want to do these right now because even though we are back down at 560, I'm afraid they'll put us over. We'll wait till 40 to do all that. We're getting the tanks pushed ahead. Already. I know I clicked on some of these before. Those would be good to do. Now let's look. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. Okay, land-based air warning radar has advanced. Very good. We will stop that for the moment. And Air Force HQs, great. And we'll stop that for the moment. And machine gun combos. I think that's a one and done, but I want to check it out, make sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's continue here. Getting fighters and mediums up there and going. No, we're getting that bigger gun made. We're gonna skip Theodore Bruno. And what do we have here? Ah, yes. More HQs for our Air Force. We need these, and we do need these. Okay, well, let's attach this Luftfloat to Luftwaffe Gruppenkommando 1, and then let's find Flieger Corps F, and detach, and then attach him to the Luftfloat, whatever. He got pulled away for some other duties. Oh, we're going to go back to skill. Bomber. Let's get a guy who has bomber skills. Though I don't think it affects anything, it's just immersion. There we go. Okay, and detach and attach him to there. And then we're going to come down here, I guess. Yes. And... oh, come on. Come on. Vigor Core T for transport. Now let's put a guy in charge of that for the fun of it. Not Richtofen, no. This guy, fine. So that we will attach our transports to, and what is sort of ground attack that isn't bombers, you know, fighter bomber and Stukas, don't know what we'll call it yet, but let's see. Here we go. We'll give him a home before he starts trying to take command of everything else. Oh no, I don't want to change him. I want to change this. I'll just call him close air support. Your core cast. Okay, so at some point I'll go through and maybe now, as we're just sort of sitting here, the fighter bombers and these guys. Okay, you can stay in charge of that, Goering, but you're going to go under command of or T for transport. Oh, we need to get a junkie guy in charge of this. I thought we said no to anybody. Oh, nobody. But let's, oh, when we added the second guy, that's why, or the third thing, then it automatically assigned somebody. That's why. Okay, I understand. Transport. There we go. Now, you remember we sent the Schleswig-Holstein off to the Caribbean. Well, on its way back, it stops off in Falmouth, in England. That is out in this sort of area near Plymouth, kind of thing. Is there Pacific? Yeah, it's a fairly small port town in this area. Stops off there for port visit with Britain and has a football match. Don't know which guys are which. This is a mix of the English, what unit? The Duke of Cornwall's Light Infantry, I think, is who they play against in a football match, and sailors. So it's an interesting little thing that they did, I found out on their way back. Okay, installation security has advanced. That is here, which we're going to do stop. And look over here, and yes, twin engine armament. We'll do that. And armor piercing capped has advanced. That is here, and that needs to cease for the moment. Stop that. Okay. Well, we'll do gun turrets on our aircraft. Well, that's up a little bit. Need more officers. The more officers you have, the better things go. So, but it's capped at 110 effective, meaning you can have a lot more than 110%, but you only get bonuses up to 110%. Okay, logistical strike tactics. That's down here. Okay, well, we're going to stop that for now. And the other is civil defense. Let's check out civil defense and home front focus. That's over here. Yeah, okay. Home front focus. Manpower down 5%, which isn't nice. But supply production up by 3%. That's very nice. Provincial AA efficiency. That means our AA that we have in repair rate is up, so we're going to do that. There's the good and the bad with that. And we can do this. I know. Okay, propulsion to our torpedoes, and we also start doing some of those other things. But we'll get. Well, no, maybe we should start some of these other things. Yeah, submarine engines. Installation security, excellent. Barbed wire, good. Not exactly sure what all that does, but within game terms, but cool. Figured out what the air bases did, but not that. And lift division, which will be upgraded later on, but yay. Oh, Rommel. Keep showing up. I'm in command of this. This is my division. No, not yours yet. Not yours. It may have been even storms. I don't remember which one. Okay, well let's submarine holes. Production. Okay, range finding equipment. Yay, we know how far away people are. That allows self-propelled artillery brigades. Yes, we want to do that. And good, we're still climbing there. That's fair. Oh, fuck, go. Gun position, 4-engine plane. Advanced. So, that one is over here. Okay. That allows us to improve this. Yay. Oh, okay, another float plane. I think from the symbol. Yes. We got that right. Yay, AI, you got that right. Got the right guy in the right job. We're at about 1% of the time. And now, another flying boat. Do I have some? I think I have some also. I'm thinking about mixing. Yeah, we got those guys there. They're almost ready to come out. So, well, you know, let's go with a big one, a big group, heavy hitting big group. Part of the reason I do some of the smaller groups here is just so that they're covering more areas all at once. Inefficient research, artillery carriage designs. Okay, that one we heard the beep, but or the beeps. Well, yeah. Have these. They're all 40s and 40s. Let's do this. Make them tougher. Armor plating advance, and that I believe is within aircraft. That's good. Okay, we'll come over and that. I think, yeah. Okay, military police advance. That's nice. That's here. Start doing all those 39s very soon, but let's come over here first and do periscopes because it's one of the longer ones it takes to research. And rocket artillery. That's a one and done, but we can come over here and start to improve our rocket artillery ammunition. And there we go. We're doing one big group down here in Wilhelmshaven. Bigger groups, of course, are better for taking out bigger fleets. Okay, fifth wave HQs, yeah, we want that. Oh, we were way behind on upgrades. Okay, we've got high popularity, great. And nav tactics have advanced. And we're gonna let both of those go if we got that. So now, no, let's continue with the submarines. If I'm gonna build more submarines, and I'm sort of planning on it, let's make them. Let's get them. Well, no, let's do the 5 first. Take a little longer. Okay, basic education has advanced. That's good. We're going to stop that. And we're going to rush advanced education. Armor unit combined arms has now advanced. That is nice. And finally, let's do this. Yeah, I know, Rommel, you want the job. I hear ya, I hear ya. Okay, reorganization of the War Ministry is what we're going to do again. We're still not on a too good of a guarantee, or too good of likelihood of a positive outcome. Okay, now let's look here. Okay, yeah, that's all right. We want to get to building some of those too. BF 109s for Switzerland. We can sell them some BF 109s, get a little bit of money, $100, cost us some supplies, improve relations with Switzerland or not. Normally I do this because it improves relations, it's pretty good. And if you don't do it, it actually improves relations with the French. But since we're sort of thinking of going into Switzerland, we're going to say no. So, no harm, no foul to us, just they get an event that gives them some French planes. They get planes one way or another. Okay, assault. Oh, good. We've been waiting for this assault concentration. Stop that and come over here to superior firepower. 1 additional brigade, and we will immediately go with that. And I want to move that to the top to make sure it gets researched as fast as possible. Okay, IG Farben Rot Wheel. Should the Reich expand IG Farben and the chemical plant at Rot Wheel? Okay, so we get an additional Industrial capacity costs us briefly 10 days, 6% IC. So, and we also get more oil or coal to oil conversion, because that's basically what it's doing, is helping out with that. So yes, we'll take that. Now we're back up to 591. Just various things are coming and going, I think. Different modifiers. Okay, we want to... I'm waiting for some SA or some police, but let's move these guys into here. Not that there's really going to be an outbreak, but it does sort of affect some of the resources and ICs, so put them there. Send in one of these guys. Here. Oh, lots of things. Okay, good. Okay, coastal submarines again. We could use another name for coastal submarines. Revolverheld, if you're watching. I know he watches once in a while. I don't necessarily think Revolverheld watches all the time. Yeah, not donuts. Let's go down here, grab one of these guys. And we're going to attach it to Fjord U-boats. And some more, or some more motor torpedo. Come up here, keel. Okay, reconnaissance aircraft designs have improved. Good. We'll stop that. Yeah, we'll do rocket engines. No bonuses from anything yet. Okay. Okay. OIG Berlin. They're one of the optics companies still around, I believe. They make binocular scopes and tank and aircraft sights, all kinds of that good stuff. So it improves some of those skills. Now we're back down at 570. Okay, Blitzkrieg Doctrine. Good. And Spanish Civil War ends. Finally, it's done by event. So they get that. They get peace now for a while. Your head doctrine is still too far in advance. Do that effectively, at least. Well, we'll do float planes. That'll help us out. And that's helped out our revolt risk problems a little bit. And the Lurch Division. And yes, hi Rommel. Rommel. Oh, Naval HQ is good. that for a while. Let's do, well... yeah, para-HQs would be alright. Okay, ran Reese Roosevelt. Jewish Freemasonry. Was publisher of this. Stuff has now become leader of Reich Besieged in the protector of, that's the flag of Bohemia and Moravia. They're part of that Union coalition, but they're a, you know, they're the more Nazi. These are Czech Nazis, and they do have because if you saw the sort of earlier event with their earlier leader with that mental magic books that he was publishing, and Jewish Freemasonry, they are Nazis. Now they may not be German Nazis, but they are Nazis with their anti Jewishness at their core, and their mental magic type stuff, because that's the kind of, oh, what Porsche vessel was that? Okay, JG6 Porsche vessel. I think there may be multiple groups with that. Okay, seeing a JG6. Okay, well then let's see. How big is your base here? 8, yeah. As opposed to other just fascist type organizations, they are definitely in that weird area of Marine Commando West, yes. A weird area of Nazis. We got our radar here. Cool. We're getting a few more radars almost done. Okay, well we gotta reevaluate stuff. Okay, but we're also going to end the episode here. So I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank you for liking the videos. I really do appreciate that. And of course, please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, corrections. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.